Hey, I'm going to show you how to create a cute little pixton comic on, we're going to introduce exponential functions. So I went to pixton.com and then I went to create a comic, and it takes you to this page right here. I'm going to create a comic that has 4 panels to it. So here's my 4-panel comic. It's my layout that I'm going to create, and it'll just start me from scratch. Alright, now clearly I already have an idea in mind as to what I'm going to be doing. Um, cool thing is this screen recorder, screencast, only 15 minutes long. So that means it has to take me less than 15 minutes to create this whole comic with 4 panels. So let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so I'm going to start with adding a background over here. They have a lot of pre-made backgrounds. The pre-made background that I want a room of some sort. So we'll go with this room right here, the TV room. We can zoom in and zoom out on the TV room to see more or less of the TV room right here. I think I'm going to see about that much. A little more. Alright, and then we can move it also, like to fit the screen. So, I'm also going to go ahead and create a character. I have some characters that I've used before, so I can use one of those characters, or I can just come up with any character from their preset characters. I can pick any person, alien, horse, dog, whatever you want to do. I've kind of taken a liking to the characters that I've made myself, so I think I'm going to go back and look at them. I like her. So, here's my girl. And I want her sitting in the chair, so I can change the expression right here. It says edit expression. I'm going to have her sitting. So down here, it says preset poses, preset expressions. The expression is more like facial expressions. The poses is how she is standing. So I'm going to do the poses, and I want her to be sitting. So I have all these options right here of how she can be. I don't want her sitting on the ground. I want her sitting in the chair. So I'm going to find one that looks like she's sitting, and that is this one right here. So I'll click this, and it'll make it look like she's sitting. And all I need to do now is to drag her over to the chair. Alright, so there's my girl, and she's sitting in the chair. Now, if you can see, like if I zoom in on her face, or let's see, let me do it this way. Move it over a little bit. If I zoom in on her face, she looks like really sad. I don't want my girl being sad. So I'm going to edit her facial expression also. Happy, nervous, thrilled. Let's see. Let's see. We'll go with, I just want a regular happy face. There we go. Happy. Happy, yay. Okay, so now we have a happy girl. And I'll zoom back out, even though, she's happy, we don't need to necessarily be so close. Notice I can move the whole background, but I don't want, like, if I want to move everything together like that, I will click, like, below and move, like, the whole scenery like that. Okay, anyway, so here's my girl. Let's see, I can zoom in a little bit more than this. And I want, for the first scene, I want some animals in here. So I'm going to add a prop, and I want specifically a rabbit. So I typed in rabbit down here. Whoops, if I could spell. I typed in rabbit down here, and I have a couple little rabbits. This one looks more like a actual rabbit. So that comes out here. Then if I right click, I can duplicate this rabbit because I want more than one rabbit. And then I can also flip it horizontal, vertical, send to the back, and all that stuff. So I want these 2 rabbits right here. And I want to create I want to create my girl's speech bubble. She's going to say, oh, I don't want that speech bubble. I want a speech bubble that looks like this, because that's more fun. And I want her speech bubble to say, look at those 2 cute rabbits. Alright, I can make it a little bit wider. I'll also bring it up a little bit higher, and then this thing connects it to her mouth there. And I have, look at those two cute rabbits. Alright, so now I have these two cute rabbits. Like I said, we're working with exponential functions, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this scene into this box over here. Alright, so I'm going to take this scene, I'm going to right click it, and it says copy scene. Then I can come over here to this other box. Should load in a second. And it has completely copied the entire scene. Alright, now, I don't actually want everything in the scene anymore. I don't want the speech box anymore. So I'm going to just go ahead and remove this from the scene. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate these rabbits again. Exponential growth requires more. So here we go. I've duplicated the rabbits. I'll make these a little bit smaller. And I'll zoom my girl. Actually, I'm going to put some words on here. Speech bubble has the option for it to just be text, like that. So I'm going to just put some text right here that says day 2. Alright, and I'm going to take this away because I don't need to attach it to her. Just need for you to know that it's day 2. Move it up a little bit to the very top. And notice day 2, there are 4 rabbits now. I can zoom in a little bit. Move the scene down a little bit. And let's see. I might be able to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Alright, day 2. Now I want her saying something else. I like this speech bubble still. It's my favorite speech bubble. Or maybe not. Let's see. Wow. There are 2 more rabbits today. What do you know? Alright, so I can attach this to her because she's actually saying this time. Wow, there are 2 more rabbits today. There we go. And now I'm going to duplicate the scene again. So I'm going to click over here into the 3rd box. And there we go. Now I'm going to change this to day 3. There's not going to be 2 rabbits, so I'm going to delete that. Remove from scene. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see a little bit more. And I'm going to start duplicating rabbits again. Duplicate. Oops. Duplicate. Alright, how many rabbits do I have now? I'm losing track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now there's 8 rabbits. This girl is going to be getting a little bit confused. So I'm going to change her facial expression, and she's not going to be so happy anymore. Let's look at this for a second. She's going to start to look a little bit confused. Alright, so let's find one that makes her look a little bit confused. Like, what is going on? think I like this one, or I think I like this one. And I'm also going to change her arms. Now there's something cool about the way you can change the way people move. Every single part of them can twist or turn or something like that. So I want her arms to go from being down like this to maybe like scratching her head, something. So I'll move this, I'll move this, so it looks like she's a little bit confused. I want to change I can even change her hand. I can hold this down, and I want her hand to be like, I don't know, maybe like this, like scratching her head. Alright, and I'll bend that down so she's like, what? And let's see, I think maybe I'll move this arm like that. And maybe have her pointing. So I'll change this to a pointing finger like that. And I think we're good. So let's look at these rabbits now. What she's going to say is, it seems as though the number of rabbits has doubled. Oh no, she's not very happy about this. The number of rabbits has in fact doubled. Alright, and now for the final scene, the big question. Don't want this anymore. And now I'm going to skip all the way to day 10. Alright, now here's the hard part, making this line up exactly as I want it. I'm going to take these rabbits and I'm going to just start putting them all over the place. We have an infestation of rabbits, it seems. Be on her, on the TV, on the table. I'll make this one face the other direction. And let's see, we can have another one up here. Can put this one up here as well. Another one can be here. We can put this one, actually, why don't we send it to the back? Hidden rabbit back there. Alright. And now I'm going to zoom in on our screen a little bit. Actually, let me put a few more rabbits. Put another one over here. That should be fine. So I'll zoom in a little bit so that we're like right in her face. This is day 10. The girl is going to be really confused right now. Let's change her arms here. Let's put them both on her head. Like that. And I'll change her hand again. She's not very happy. I can twist her head so that she's facing all these rabbits. I can put her leg down like that. And I want to pose the question with some more text. And it's just as simple as this. How many rabbits will there be on day 10? And just as easy as that, our students can do this on their own.